Welcome to Too Fond of Books. My name is Janelle and this is my Create Your Own Holiday Adventure TBR. I first heard about this reading challenge through one of the regular commenters on my channel. She's fantastic, and so she told me about it, and so I went over and I watched the announcement video from Sarah at the Bookish Knitter. And this is just a really relaxed, fun way to read a few holiday related books in the month of December. So what I liked about this particular reading challenge is that there were only 4 books, and I don't know if you had to, but I chose them all to be Christmas mysteries. And so I thought I can read 4 Christmas mysteries in the month of December. My TBR is already like huge, but it was a fun reading challenge that I wanted to get involved with. So the hosts are Sarah from the Bookish Knitter, Tia from Tia and All the Books, Chloe from Always Booked, and Bree from Bree Hill, and I think she's just on Instagram. So I am going to include a picture of the fantastic graphic that Sarah made in here so that you can see what the choices are. You essentially choose a route through the graph and find a book that fits each of those squares. So each square is I think based on a song title, I think Sarah said. So I chose to do Holiday Homebody. So for White Christmas, read a book with white on the cover. And this worked out great because the next up in my Agatha Christie read-along was A Holiday for Murder, also called Murder for Christmas or Hercule Poirot's Christmas. So this worked out great because this has white on the cover and I wanted to read this in the month of December anyway. So this is a Christmas Hercule Poirot, originally published in 1939. So this is great. So it's set at a country house on Christmas Eve. Wealthy Simeon Lee called his sons and their wives together and told them he was drawing up a new will. It ended horribly a few hours later as his children sat around the dinner table, their meal interrupted by a blood-curdling scream coming from the old man's bedroom. For the visiting Hercule Poirot, it would be no holiday from murder. For Somebody at Christmas, read a book that gives you hope for humanity. I have one of Anne Perry's Christmas mysteries. This is A Christmas Homecoming. This was great because these tend to be shorter. They're more like novellas than full novels, and I think that's awesome. So in this particular one, we have a young Caroline Fielding, who is Charlotte's mother. So from the Charlotte and Thomas Pitt novels that she wrote, this is a story about Charlotte's mother, Caroline, when she was younger. She travels with her young husband Joshua and his theatrical troupe to Whitby, the Yorkshire fishing village where Dracula the vampire first touched English soil, in the sensational novel named after him. Joshua has arranged to produce a stage adaptation of Dracula by the daughter of Whitby millionaire Charles Netheridge during the Christmas holiday. But after the disastrous first read-through of her amateurish script, only the fact that the company is depending on Netheridge's financial backing for their spring tour keeps them at work. As tempers flare and wind and snow swirl around Letheridge's lonely hilltop mansion, a black-cloaked stranger emerges from the storm. An eerily opportune arrival for this enigmatic figure turns out to be a theatrical genius. At the same time, a brooding evil makes itself felt. Instead of the theatrical triumph that Netheridge desired for his daughter, there is murder, shocking and terrifying. And the reason I chose this for a book that gives me hope for humanity is that it says that it's a story in which the heartwarming power of goodness is challenged by the seductive power of inner darkness. In the end, A Christmas Homecoming lifts the spirit and rejoices the heart. And that's why I chose this one for a book that gives you hope for humanity. I'll Be Home for Christmas. Read a book set in a small town. So I am going to read Murder in the Snow by Gladys Mitchell. This is also called The Spinning Jenny, nope, Groaning Spinny. This was originally published in 1950, and it is one of her Mrs. Bradley series, and it takes place in a small Cotswold village, so perfect. She has decided to spend Christmas with her nephew at his home in the Cotswolds. It isn't long before a mystery unfolds. There are strange events occurring in the nearby wood, and local villagers are receiving anonymous threatening letters. Then the snow begins to fall and a body is discovered. So that sounds great. And then finally, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. Read a book with a main character over 30. So I was really excited to find a Miss Seeton that's set at Christmas time. I really like Miss Seeton, and I've only ever read a couple in the series, and so I'm glad that I can read another one. This is a series that was originally written by Heron Carvick, and when he passed away, the series was continued by Hamilton Crane and also a third writer. And so Miss Seeton is fantastic. She is a retired art teacher, and this one takes place, she is playing a backstage role in Plumergen's annual Christmas pageant, but the real drama is behind the scenes. When she accidentally uncovers a collection of rare silver, the next act turns out to be murder. Miss Seeton will hand over the culprit, gift-wrapped, to Scotland Yard, and she's sure to do it in her usual show-stopping style. So those are my 4 books for Create Your Own. Oh, I'm trying to make a pile here, and I'm very, very bad at it. Create Your Own Holiday Adventure. And so I'm excited to be involved in that. And I will let you know what I think of these books as I read them. I'll see you for another video soon. Bye.